Okay, I hope I will have enough time to finish this and reading the text and analyzing it. So I'll just get started. Peyton. The overcast sky causes him to snap on the Firebird's headlights. Even before reaching the on-ramp, he's traveling 60 meters per hour. Shoved between his leg is a cold can of Budweiser that stains in the crotch of his tight slacks. Drums pound from the tape deck. His long, dirty hair trails in the wind like seaweed. The cobra tattoo on his left bicep glows with a peculiar iridescence. He hits the interstate doing 71 meters per hour. A VW bug makes terrified room for him. He pulls the bud from between his legs and raises it to his thin mouth. He is doing 77 now, as he noses out a sport car with a smug-looking driver who has the good sense to glower but do nothing more. The drums are louder. Kim, from her backpack, she takes a granola bar and the last quarter of an apple that is now spoiled-looking. She huddles in the corner of an interstate rest stop that smells woody from the logs on the roof. She can smell the rain that is about to start. She wishes, but only briefly, that she was back home in her room with her mother shouting up the stairway that dinner is ready. But she needs to teach them a lesson, the lesson that at 15 she's perfectly capable of running her own life with no interference from them. She hopes that this little surprise absence will make them more reasonable where her freedom is concerned. She doesn't think of it as running away, barely proving a point. God, but it's cold. God, but it's empty out here. Cars and trucks and vans rush by seeming important and aloof. She wishes she was inside the one car with a hamburger in one hand and a can of soda in the other, with some good music on the radio. The apple tastes like hell. She hopes her parents are scared. They deserve to be. Peyton. On the horizon to the west, he can see the rain start. He supposes the farmers need it. At least that's what people always say whenever it rains in these parts. The farmers need it. The drums have died. A saxophone has replaced them. Drums give him energy, a high. Saxophone makes him worse. He hits a clean 80 miles per hour. Dark, quick eyes checking for highway patrol cars. He hopes the speed will stop him from thinking about the priest. He rubs at the cobra on his arm. He opens a fresh of bud. He thought that the priest would be more sympathetic. All the priest could say was, "You'd better tell the police." He's traveling at 84 miles per hour now. He can smell the spring grass on the wind, even at his speed. He thought the priest should be a hell of a lot nicer than he was. Why do you go on the interstate? The priest had asked. You'd better call the police. The priest wasn't even sympathetic about him sending the flowers and visiting the funeral home, which he would done 3 out of 5 times after he'd gone out on the interstate. To hell with the priest. He can't do anything about it. Nothing. Peyton wishes the saxophone would stop. Kim. She sits inside the john with the lid closed, trying to get warm again. She thought the public rest stops were usually busy. There hasn't been anybody along here for 20 minutes. All cars and trucks sound far away. The rain, however, is near, thrumming the roof. On her way inside, she had passed a payphone. She started at it a long time, even extended a hand as if to touch it. But no, the game isn't over yet. And anyway, all the misery will only make her story better, and better when she tells her 10th grade girlfriends. Brave Kim, poor Kim, she has to move now. Back on the macadam along the interstate. Get her eye before it's full dark. God, she's going to have some good stories to tell. Peyton. Sometimes the cobra gets sore. The jerk who put it on his arm was stoned at the time. At first, there would be an infection. Now he rubs the cobra. It's as if it needs to be fed. The saxophone solo is over now. The drums are back. He feels young, strong, invincible. To hell with the priest. It is then that he sees the shape begin to materialize along the edge of the interstate, through the gloom, the rain. Hitchhiker, young girl. Ooh. Kim. She watches the car pull off the road 50 yards past her. Immediately she begins running. She wishes she would be able to get a glimpse of the driver. All the other drivers she would be unable to check out before getting inside. But it's dark and she's soaked from the rain. For some reason she thinks of the payphone, of almost lifting up the receiver, of almost making the call. She's at the car now. Her slender hand on the door handle. As she opens the door, she hears the drums. Very loud drums. Okay, so this is basically the story. It takes place on the highway, on the interstate. Basically, we have only two characters here, which is Peyton and Kim. Peyton is like a middle-aged guy, and Kim is a 15 years old girl that she's pretty naive, in my opinion, but yeah. Okay, let's start with the description of Peyton. Well, we can see he's like, he has a problem with drinking and alcohol, because as we can see here, it says he pulls the bud from between his legs and raises it to his thin mouth. So that's like, we all know that we are not allowed to drink while driving, but he does it because he doesn't probably care about the police or whatever. Maybe he's angry. And we can also see that he slowly accelerates. Where is it? From 60 meters per hour to 77. So he kind of has a problem with that. Also 15. Yeah, we can see he's playing loud music in the car. So that could be another sign that he doesn't care about what's happening or what's going to happen. He doesn't care about the police and other stuff. But still, even if he might be a bit like, not drunk, but tipsy, he knows perfectly what he's doing, but he doesn't care. But also we can see right here, 50, yeah, it says that dark, quick eyes, checking for highway patrol cars. So he's not like totally, how to say that? He still cares about the police because he probably doesn't want to get caught. But yeah, anyways, and apparently he has a problem with the priest. Where is it? 51. Yep. Yeah, he hopes the speed will stop him from thinking about the priest. Well, he has clearly a problem with the priest because he probably went to, this is my personal opinion, he probably went to the church to confess his crimes, and all the priest could say was, "You better tell the police." And if maybe Peyton thought that maybe they can talk together about the problems, he's looking for absolution and stuff like that. But the priest, is like, he doesn't give a shit, and it's better to tell the police. And as we can see, he speeds up, and yeah, he's also pretty pissed off because of the cobra that he got, and he says that the jerk who put it on his arm was pretty stoned, and there might be an infection because sometimes the cobra gets sore, so that means it hurts sometimes. well, kind of that's all with Peyton's description. And now let's talk about Kim. Yeah, the naive girl. Well, we can see right here that, yeah, it says she wishes, but only briefly, that she was back home in her room with her mother shouting up the stairway that dinner is ready. Well, she took a decision to run away from her parents because she thinks that she's ready. No, she thinks that she needs to teach them a lesson. And she thinks that she's perfectly capable of running her own life without advice from her parents, sorry. But yeah, she's only 15 and she thinks that. So, in my opinion, that's pretty naive, because at the age of 15, you can't really run your own life. You still need advice and, you know, money for food and stuff like that. So, pretty impossible. But yeah, her own decision. And she thinks that she will run away from home and all the things are gonna be alright. You know, the parents will probably get scared and the police will come after her and stuff like that. But I need to find 79. Yeah, and also she thinks that at the end of this whole story, with the thing that she ran away, she will have a great story to tell her 10th grade girlfriends, like Brave Kim, Poor Kim, you can see here. And yeah, guys, she's going to have some good stories to tell. But the only part that she doesn't think about is, like, when you get into someone else's car, you don't really think about what's going to happen. Well, of course, she's only 15. She's not thinking about that. She just wants to revenge on her parents because she thinks that she's capable of running her own life, which is totally wrong. But yeah, we can see that she regrets all the things that she's doing, because it says right here, she wants to make a call, but she's like very stubborn. She still wants to teach them a lesson. A stupid one. But yeah, of almost lifting up the receiver, of almost making the call. So yeah, I forgot to, this is like, we can see we don't have dialogue. It's basically just the writer's not opinion, but from the point from his point of view. So it's only third person, and we are, like the readers, we are very limited because we know what the writer wants us to know, so we can't. There is not much to interpret. But yeah. Well, that's kind of all. That's 14 minutes now, and I'm very proud of me. I thought it's like I will need more time. But yep. Thank you.